Hello traders, welcome back to this channel once again. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please subscribe and turn on post notification. As usual, I'll try to make this video very short and educative. So we are coming to do a yearly projection or my yearly projection into 2026 on the euro crosses, right? Now, on this channel, all that we do is very simple. We look at just two things. That is one, we look at what we call quote report, right? Quote report is basically how institutions are shifting their orders in the market. It's a data that gives us the number of longs, shorts, if institutions are closing their long positions or if they are closing their short positions. So when we get a data, we try and then match it with the technicals to find a trade setup. So if that is something you like to do or you like to learn, then that is the more reason why you have to subscribe and follow so that you don't miss my next video. Now let's quickly dive into the chart. Now we are we are looking at only euro crosses. So we are talking about euro AUD, euro NZD, euro GBP, EURCAD, euro JPY, and euro USD. Now to do that, we first of all look at what the institutions are doing. Now we could see here that on the institutional side, net position on the euro is 144,900. When we go through the net positions of all the other currencies, like one euro AUD, or sorry, the British pound, this is GBP, we could see that the net position is negative 48,498. When we go down and we look at the net position for the Canadian dollar, it is negative 86,640. When we go down to look at the net position for the Swiss francs, it is negative 38,900. When we go further to look at the net position for the Australian dollar, it is negative 21,800. And when we further look at the net position for the New Zealand dollar, it is also negative 48,043. Now, what does that mean? It means that on the institutional side, there is more buying on the euro than any other currencies as at the time I am recording this video, which means that when we go to the chart, we should be buying the euro crosses rather than trying to look for what sells. So that is basically what we have, or the data that we have on the institutional side. Now let's go to the chart so we look at what is happening technically. Now technically we are starting from the monthly and we are on euro AUD. Now when we look at euro AUD on the technical side and we zoom in the chart, we could see that one of the characteristics of this pair is that it is very, very clean, one, and it takes, like, when it is moving in one direction, it can move for a very long time, and when it changes direction, it can also move in that direction for a very long time. That makes this pair one of the easiest pair you can trade, right? So what we are going to do here is to just forecast into the year, and then we trade, or when I release my weekly analysis, we find trade setups in the direction I am uh, analyzing now. Now, from the institutional side, we've already seen that what there is a lot of buying going on the euro, which means that what any other currency that is paired to the euro, we are going to be seeing what buys. So we could see that since 2012, we've been seeing what the euro AUD doing just what higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now we are coming from a higher low to continue what going up. That means that what the Euro AUD is in an uptrend both technically, and we've seen the evidence from the institutional side. So what it means is that in this year, our key level where the Euro AUD can hold and use as a solid support is around 1.7. So 1.7 price is going to hold that number or that price as a key support, and we are going to see in the year price moving all the way towards 1.9, which means that in the year we have our key support at 1.7 and our key resistance at what 1.9. All right, so now let's take it to the weekly and see what we can find on the weekly time frame. Now, on the weekly time frame, everything has aligned so beautifully. One, we have a weekly trend line that is forming, right? And we have that trend line confluence with a psychological support level of what 1.7. So this is a very solid price that will lead towards a key continuation in the buy direction. But as of the time of recording this video, the price is at what 1.7526, right? Which is also serving as a key weekly support area. So with this, we should be expecting a buying opportunity right from this 1.75 back to 1.8, which is a 500 pips move to 1.8 as our first target before continuation from here in the year after we are able to successfully break out from this zone to the upside. We could see here that if we want to map the high of this year, then this looks like we are in a range, and since we are in the range on the weekly time frame and the euro is stronger, then it is likely that we are going to see buying opportunity from here to 1.8 once again. So when we take it to the daily, what it means is that now all we need is to find a buy or a confirmation, a buying confirmation. Then we open our buy from here to the upside with stop loss around 1.450, 1.7450, and our initial first target is just going to be 1.820, which gives us 1:6 risk to reward, right? So this is a deep analysis on the Euro AUD with quotes data and technical, giving us what a buy direction and also a trade setup. Now let's quickly move to the next pair, which is EURNZD. And we already know from the quotes report that even on EURNZD, there is a buying going on, or there is the data gives us a buying continuation, or we should buy. The data, the numbers suggest that what we should buy. Now on the technical side, all that we could see here is that this chart is also what very clean and simple. It also has the same behavior as that of the Euro AUD. So now this year, where is our yearly support? Our yearly support is exactly at the break of this level, which is at 2.00, right? So on 2.00, which also serves as a break of this high, coming for a retest, and we should continue going all the way to 2.25. So what this thing means is that for this 2026, the support, the price support for EURNZD is 2.0, and the price resistance for EURNZD is 2.25. So we are likely to see entire year having a very bullish year once again, giving us almost 2,000 pips, into the year. So when we take it to the weekly, we could see that this bullish move is being also supported by what? This perfect weekly trend line. So what it means is that over here, our key point of interest is this 2.0. We see how price is going to stay here, play around here for some time. Then eventually we get a buying confirmation. Then we buy all the way to the upside. When we take it to the daily, then we could see here that everything has what? Aligned so beautifully. Let me bring the trend line to the daily. So on the daily, we could see that also everything has aligned beautifully. All we need is a buying confirmation. Then we open our buy all the way to the upside. Now let's quickly move to the next pair, which is what? EUROCAD. Now on the EUROCAD, the same situation, because what we are doing is we are looking at what the euro crosses, right? And institutions are buying the euro, which means that all euro crosses, we are going to be looking for just buy, as I said earlier. So now, what is this year's or this 2026 support level on EuroCAD? The possible level of support is 1.6, which means that there is a high possibility that what 1.600 is going to act as a yearly support to push price all the way to 1.75, which is literally 1,500 pips into the year. So technically, all that we could see is very clean, very direct. The break of this high that led to this low. So breakout, retest, and continue going up. So it means that when we move to the weekly, all that we could see on the weekly is if we see a buying confirmation, which is definitely a candlestick confirmation from here, we buy this pair to the upside. If we use a trend line to support the price, then it means that price has the ability, right? Even if you want to get any sort of manipulation, then we can have price trying to tap into this level of demand, which is at 1.500 psychological level. And then from here, price will buy back once again, which is a confluence of this trend line demand code. So the confluences on this pair is just too much and solid for buy. So when we move to the daily, then we could see here that now on the daily, we just need a buying evidence on this 1.6 level. Then we open a buy all the way to the upside. Now, so that is also on the EUROCAD, we are also looking for buying opportunities into the year. Let's quickly move to the next one, which is Euro GBP. Now, on Euro GBP, on this pair, what that we could see here is that when we want to look at structure, we can say that what overall this pair is sort of bullish, but not like perfect bullish like that. But all that we can analyze without stressing is that we have our yearly support at what 0.800 and our yearly resistance at what 0.900. Now price has already moved into the yearly resistance, which means that there is a higher possibility that even though the euro is strong along the line, we'll see technical, price push up a little bit to maybe 1.8990 thereabout. Then we see selling into the year. So for the initial month, we can easily see the Euro GBP moving again one more leg to the upside before we see price sells to the downside. When we go to the weekly to see what we have over there, then all that we can see on the weekly is also a trade that has a beautiful trend line confluence. So here, when we quickly move to the daily, then we could see here that this trend line, we see a beautiful daily trend line that we expect that once we get a buying evidence from this trend line, price goes up before selling all the way down. So this is the the move we are expecting on Euro GBP. So once we get what a confirmation around 1.8700, 1.8650, which will act as our demand zone to push price to the upside. So ladies, this is simply my yearly projections into 2026, and these projections are being supported by quote report. And let's quickly brush through. We are expecting Euro AUD buying the entire of this year, or we will buy depending on the volume that we have in the market. We can, of course, our yearly resistance is at 1.9. So maybe if we get to 1.8589 before the year approaches, end of 2026, then we might see sellers also coming in the market. But so far as we are concerned, so and price does not break 1.7, then we are expecting buys to the upside. EURNZD, the same projection, our yearly support at 2.6, our yearly support at 2.0, target at 2.25. EURCAD yearly support at what the price of 1.6, 1.6, and target at 1.75, which is also 1,500 pips difference. And Euro GBP also having a drop of almost 500 pips from around the resistance of 8.9 to 9.0. So that is it. That is simply what we have for the entire year, and what we are going to be doing here on this channel. And the reason why you need to follow me and give me a subscription is because every week I will reanalyze relook at the new data that is coming on quote report and then infuse it into the chart to see if these projections into the year are holding. Then we find trade setups from there. As I also send trade signals, if you're in my group, I will send a trade signal, or I will do live where we pick trades live on this same channel. So if this video is impactful and helpful, I go by the name One Man. All you have to do is give me a subscription and let's trade in 2026. Watch out for my other videos. Peace out.